Necrolord is a death metal band from the Albany area in upstate New York. They were formed in late 1991 by Bud Novak and Dave DIBLASI after the split of their former band Dark Fate. Novak is also the vocalist for Florida-based death metal band Infinifiction. So, the year was late 1985 when founding members of Necrolord first met. By 1986, Bud Novak and Dave DIBLASI formed a band called Dark Fate. Dark Fate featured Bud on vocals and guitar, Dave on guitar, and Christian Stalker on drums. At this time they had no bass player, and on the first demo, entitled We Do Death, bass was performed by Bud. Within the year, Dave would switch to bass guitar. Dark Fate would record 3 demos between 1986 and 1990 before calling it quits to form a more extreme band which would become Necrolord. At the end of 1991, Bud Novak and Dave DIBLASI would form Necrolord with the addition of new drummer, Christbeater. In 1992, they released their first demo entitled Feeding on Christians. They would go on to record 6 demos with this lineup until 2001, when drummer, Christbeater, was replaced by D-Christianizer just before the recording of their first full-length album entitled Burn with the Beast. Between 2003 to 2012, Necrolord didn't do too much recording and went on kind of a hiatus until 2012, when they got back together to record an EP entitled Denied from Heaven. Then soon after, in 2013, they re-recorded their second demo entitled Kingdom of Hell, just to get back some momentum. In 2014, ROB DEGRAVE replaced Dave Demonic on bass. In 2019, Larry Lobotomizer would replace ROB DEGRAVE. Later in 2019, Andy Christ would join up on guitar and bass to do an EP entitled Passion of the Wicked. In 2020, Demonic would come back on bass to do an EP entitled Killing is Killing. This EP features a different drummer. Bud's son Nick plays electric drums for this EP. Later in 2020, ROB DEGRAVE would return on bass while still featuring Dave Demonic on various tracks here and there. In 2021, Larry Lobotomizer would replace ROB DEGRAVE on bass for the 2021 EP entitled The Valley of Sin. Later in 2021, Rob would come back for the next 2 releases entitled The Twilight Minds EP, and later the full-length album entitled World Mausoleum. In 2022, they released another full album entitled The Soulless Eyes. Then shortly after, they released their final recording to date, the EP entitled Thy Will Be Done. In March of 2022, ROB DEGRAVE passed away unexpectedly at his home at only 49 years old. Less than 4 months later, co-founder and longtime bass player and guitarist Dave Demonic also passed away unexpectedly at his home at only 53 years old. Rest in peace, guys. It will never be the same without you. Just to do a quick rundown of the Necrolord releases between 1992 to 2022, including the demos, there is also a rehearsal tape from 1991 and 92 entitled Slaves of Satan, featuring extra raw versions of the early songs. In 1992, they have the Feeding on Christians, Demo 1, then in 1993, Kingdom of Hell, Demo 2, then in 1995, Nocturnal Blasphemy, and that was Demo number 3. Then we have Demo number 4 from 1996 entitled Venture Beyond. Next is Demo number 5 from 1997 entitled Land of the Dead, and the last of the demos is also from 1997 entitled The Fallen. Then we have in 2001 Burn with the Beast, their first full-length album. In 2012, we have the Denied from Heaven EP. In 2013, the Kingdom of Hell demo re-recorded for their 20th anniversary of that demo. 2013, the Demon Lords EP, previously unreleased. Then in 2014, A Place Where Sinners Breed, their second full-length album. The third full-length album entitled Prophecies Revealed of the New World. In 2017, Blasphemous Armageddon, the fourth full-length album. In 2018, Demonic Plague, a full-length album with a slightly different feel, more in a black metal style featuring mostly high scream-type vocals. In 2019, The Passion of the Wicked EP featuring Andy Christ on guitar. In 2019, Condemned Then Killed, their sixth full-length album. In 2020, the Killing is Killing EP. In 2020, Send Them to Hell, their 7th full-length album. Later in 2020, they released the Beneath the Sacred City EP. Shortly after, they released The Devil's Blood Upon the Earth, the 8th full-length album. In 2021, they released the Hacked Off EP. In 2021, they released the Twilighted Minds EP. In 2021, they released the Valley of Sin EP. Shortly later in 2021, the World Mausoleum album, their 9th full-length studio album. In 2022, they released their 10th studio album entitled The Soulless Eyes. And the last recording to date in 2022 is the EP entitled Thy Will Be Done, recorded in April of 2022. Well, thanks all for your interest in Necrolord. Good night.
Take